How is everybody? Give the Hilton Hotel a nice round of applause. The first gentleman who will be running the 5K tomorrow, and he's loading up tonight, looking lean and mean this evening. He's run 12 marathons. He ran his PB of 3:40 in Detroit. I'm not too sure how many years ago that was. But a nice round of applause. He's president and CEO of the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation, Paul Alos.
Thank you. Well, listen, as Liz Taylor said to her 7th husband, I won't keep you long. I'm here as a runner, but more importantly, I'm here as a representative of the Princess Margaret Hospital. It's one of the world's top 5 cancer research centers right here in Toronto. And we have benefited from the Toronto Marathon since 1995, raised over $4 million for cancer research at the Princess Margaret. We're extremely grateful for all of you who run and also who fundraise for the Princess Margaret. This year we're hoping to top our previous high of $800,000. We're hoping to raise $1 million tomorrow. So for all of you that have fundraised, thank you very much.
Running, as you know, is not just a physical game, but very much a mental game. The power of positive thinking and the correct mental focus, of course, critical to success in the big race. Now, for insights on sharpening the mental edge tomorrow, a lady who practices sports and clinical psychology in Toronto, Dr. Kate Hayes.
Thanks very much, Tony, and I'm delighted to be here and to be speaking with you all tonight. I want to do 2 things this evening. One is to talk with you about 4 methods of getting yourself psychologically prepared for the race tomorrow, and then I will also be talking with you about the cycling team at the Toronto Marathon.
Well, now I want to introduce a gentleman who just arrived. He's a veteran athlete, runner, triathlete. He's active in many, many, many sports. He's been the medical director of the GoodLife Fitness Toronto Marathon from the beginning. He's treated thousands of runners over the years, and he's done wonders. A nice round of applause for Dr. Chris Woolham.
Thank you very much for your presence and for inviting me here. It's always a pleasure to talk to such an elite group of people. You people are truly my heroes. I'm not really much of a follower of professional sports, so working in sport medicine, I deal with people like yourselves every day, and it's just a pleasure. It keeps me going. We man a medical tent at the finish line, which is a fairly large tent just at the chute on the left. So if anybody has any concerns or worries, please come and see us. We're a group of approximately 300, 350 people at the finish line. We have sport medicine physicians like myself. We have emergency room physicians, emergency room nurses, ICU nurses, and then a large contingent of therapists. So if you're looking for a bit of massage or need to work out some stiff muscles or aching joints, please come and see us and we'll direct you in the right direction.
I cannot tell you how thrilled and honored I am to introduce this lady. I had a chance to meet her last night, and she is great. I'm just tingling. She's a pioneer of the women's running scene. She's been an inspiration to many women around the world, especially in the marathon. She was responsible for getting the marathon finally into the Olympics many years ago. She founded the Avon running program for women. She's organized events for 1 million women in 27 countries around the world. She's run 35 marathons. She won the New York Marathon in 1974. She's also an Emmy Award-winning commentator, having covered many major running events around the world, and her now legendary encounter with a gentleman by the name of Jock Semple that I met many years ago during the 1967 Boston Marathon changed the sport forever, and I'm happy to say, for the better. The lady who proudly wore bib number 261 on the 1967 Boston Marathon, Catherine Switzer.
41 years ago, the race director of the Boston Marathon tackled me at the 2-mile mark in the race. screamed at me, "Get the hell out of my race," and give me those numbers, and tried to throw me out of the competition. It was an event that changed my life.
Now, great pleasure, and I had a chance to get to know him last night, along with Catherine. Great pleasure to introduce a gentleman well known to Catherine, of course. He's a distinguished university scholar, academic, teacher, and author, also an historian on the sport of running, and he enjoyed a 30-year career as a world-ranked runner. Now, for any masters in the room, he ran his marathon PB of 2:20:15 when he was 41. And he set the 50-plus record of 2:28:01 in the New York Marathon when he was 50. So there is hope. He's also a well-respected TV commentator, and for many years was one of the best stadium and finish announcers. He also worked on 2 Commonwealth Games, and we were talking a little bit of shop last night. Great honor to introduce Dr. Roger Robinson.
Why are you going to run 26 miles, 385 yards, or 42.2 kilometers tomorrow? Or if you're running the half marathon, why are you going to be running 21.1 kilometers? That's the question. The answer is because a little Italian cake maker got tired. And the explanation of that is that the little Italian cake maker was a runner in the 1908 Olympic marathon in London called Dorando Pietri, who had taken a big lead on a hot day, but had overstretched himself, hadn't taken on enough water, and was in a state of dehydration and collapsed as he reached the stadium. And collapsed, first of all, I found doing some research last year on the tunnel going into the stadium, where he first received assistance from the medical director of the event, and then on the way around the stadium, collapsed another 4 times. And was in a totally comatose state, was helped to his feet, staggered onto the finish, with the entire crowd cheering him on. And every time he collapsed, the entire crowd, 100,000 people, shouting to the officials and the medical directors to help him, because, as one observer said, we all thought he was going to die in front of us.
Okay, I may be a little on the tall, lanky side, but I do have to admit this next gentleman is indeed one of the giants of the Canadian running scene, familiar to many in the room tonight. He's helped thousands of Canadians get off the couch, out the door, running and walking, and I've been very proud to have spoken at a number of his clinics here in Toronto. He's been named to Maclean's Magazine 2004 Honor Roll as one of the 10 Canadians making a difference in Canada for his contribution to health through fitness. He's run over 60 marathons. He's run numerous road races around North America, around the world, several triathlons, including the Ironman. He's a best-selling author and the founder of the Running Room, Mr. John Stanton.
Thanks, Tony, and welcome everyone. It's interesting, you know, that we've got a number of people running for different reasons tomorrow, and it's always interesting to see how many people are running their very first marathon or half marathon. I can tell you that if you arrive at the start line injury-free tomorrow, you have a 99.99% chance of finishing. So first thing you got to do is relax a little bit, because around the booth you're always talking to people and they're a little bit nervous coming into it. For those of you running your first marathon or half marathon, I got good news too, because you're going to set personal bests out there. So congratulations to all of you. Next week, yeah.